On the old TV? Oh. There you go. Oh, I see Kyle drinking his can.
Yep.
I'd like to call to order the Town of Shandaken Town Board meeting for Monday, January 4th, 2021. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board Member DeSclafani?
Here.
Board Member Steve?
Here.
Board Member Storms?
Here.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Here.
Supervisor Stanley?
Entertain a motion to approve the previous town board minutes.
I make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor financial report for January 2021. Revenues, building contracts, $154.58. Ulster County sales tax, $40,000, $765.47. Sorry, 37 cents. Rental cell, $1,910.62. Lease fees, $15. Ambulance fees, $9,304.93. Town clerk easy pass, $160. Justice fees, $1,636.06. Building permit fees and zoning, $4,237. Dog licenses, $85. Health disability, $154.98. Police, $165. Baroni scrap recycling, $351.60. Registrar fees, $10. Phoenicia rents, $27,679.63. Pine Hill rents, $4,728.58. Planning board, $300. Social Security, $95.11 for a total of $91,753.46. Communications.
Okay. Due to the COVID-19 restrictions, the town hall is closed to the public until further notice. All transactions should be completed online, over the phone, or through the mail. Tax payments will not be accepted at our window this coming tax season. Payments may be mailed in or paid online through our tax website, www.shandakentax.com. All kinds of permits, burn permits, dog licensing must be transacted through the mail. Call our office for more information, 845-688-5004. All our offices are open, and if you need to make an appointment to come in, you will call the appropriate department to make an appointment. All town meetings are now closed to the general public. We have live feed of all our meetings on Spectrum Cable on Public Access Channel 23. 2 days later, all videos are uploaded to our YouTube channel. Telephone teleconference options have been enabled for all town meetings. Call 688-5004 during the public comment period to call in a question or concern.
Anybody else have anything? Perfect. Moving on to committee reports. Would you like to do ambulance?
Sure. December 2020 report. Total calls received, 34. Mutual aid given, 1 to the town of Olive. Mutual aid received, 0. A particularly busy December ended with a bang Christmas Eve, as well as a Christmas morning, as the town experienced flooding to levels nearing the flood of 1996. During the emergency, the ambulance service assisted fire departments in evacuation and relocation of individuals marooned by floodwaters and served as an interagency conduit due to our interoperable radio system. At the height of the storm, personnel and vehicles had to be evacuated from both the Ave Maria Drive and MF Whitney Hose Co. location due to excess, highlighting the need for further planning and logistics for our now more than ever essential service. Tonight, you will see a resolution for 2 replacement cardiac monitor/defibrillators. These tools are considered minimum standard equipment by the New York State Department of Health to operate an ambulance service. The ambulance service currently operates 4 monitor defibrillators, however, will be replacing in phases due to budgetary impact. The current monitors that the ambulance service utilizes have reached their end of their life and support by the manufacturer and were recommended to be replaced several years ago. The monitors are budgeted items will be lease purchased and are refurbished units from a reputable equipment supplier at the cost of $15,000, less each compared to brand new. $15,000 less each compared to brand new. Furthermore, in our research, it was found that utilizing a company other than the manufacturer for service and repair, also state DOH mandated, cuts annual contractual costs by more than one half, essentially, paying for the annual bill for one monitor defibrillator by itself. Additionally, the ambulance currently housed at the building in Shandaken is in need of replacement shortly. Contractually, the ambulance was due to be replaced last year. However, it was determined that we could squeeze another year out of it considering overall cost. The purchase is budgeted and would most likely be a lease purchase, much like the past two ambulances. Typically, the ambulance service purchases demonstrator vehicles like a floor model or show model at a significant cost savings over new. This purchase will likely follow suit. We are in specification phase now and will report back within the next few months. In regards to the pandemic, as of 1/5, there were 2,517 active cases of COVID in Ulster County, with 22 active cases in the town of Shandaken. Total cumulative cases in the town have reached 41, with 19 individuals that have recovered, and we thankfully have no fatalities. Total cumulative cases in the county have reached 6,341, with 141 fatalities. 3,683 cases have successfully recovered. At the sake of sounding like a broken record, wear a mask when in public, practice social distancing, and limit gatherings. At this time, your ambulance personnel are in the process of receiving vaccinations at local hospitals to protect themselves for the multiple times that they are exposed to COVID-19 symptomatic patients per week, with the hopes that vaccinations will be completed for all staff members electing to do so in the next few weeks. Stay safe out there. Richard Muller-Lally, Chief of Department, Shandaken Ambulance.
Thank you. There's no sound, apparently.
I know, there's no sound. Is the sound working?
There's no sound?
There's no sound. I just got a message also.
Okay, Kyle, we gotta read that all over again.
Oh, my goodness. That's
Move your
fine.
microphone closer and see if they can hear you now. See.
Hello.
Ask Phil if he can hear you. Here.
Is it my mic?
No,
It's
they
on.
can't.
No, it should be on.
Say something else, Kyle. All right, say something.
Hello, check. 1, 2, check. Check.
Coming back from
Typing. I'm just slow typing. No, still nothing.
That Muller really likes to hear you talk, huh?
Yeah, he's got to throw it.
He loves those words that he likes putting in
I'm
there.
glad that no one heard that, actually.
I think interoperable is probably a typo.
Interoperable.
No, I guess that's the right word.
I don't know if I've ever
It's
seen that.
interoperable. It's not operable, but is that interoperable?
Interoperable
He
means
has his volume up really high.
other agencies are using it as well.
Oh, got it. Got it. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think.
That sounds
I think it's hard to
Because it would
follow.
be inoperable if it was not operable.
Correct.
Okay.
Who messaged you?
Rob.
Hello.
Just a couple technical difficulties. We'll be right back with you.
Were you guys open for Christmas?
Christmas, no.
No. You opening back up? No?
New Year's, yeah. New Year's Eve, we opened, and New Year's Day. Christmas was one of those, a few people called, but they were just,
Yeah, wasn't that weird? Christmas was quiet, and then New Year's weekend was like, whoa,
yeah,
millions of people.
yeah.
And then, of course, it got ruined yesterday with the weather.
Say something really, really bad. See if it's all inside.
I didn't know I can this.
for me, for Bill? You're so nice. All right,
Should we carry on?
carry on.
Howie?
Close down.
Building and zoning?
But it'll all be recorded. Do you have his microphone for Howard?
I'll talk loud. Okay, so the monthly report for December 2020, they issued 11 building permits, and for the entire year, 147 building permits were issued. Demolition permits, 2 were issued in December, and for the total year, 11 demolition permits. Oh, my glasses were not too much. Floodplain permits, 5 were issued for the year of 2020. 28 floodplain permits were issued. Building inspections for December 14, I don't have a record for the whole year. I haven't been keeping a record of how many. And then certificates of occupancy, 3 for December and a total of 18 for the year. And certificates of compliance, 4 were issued in December and 42 for the year. And the monthly total for income for the department was $4,464.
Thank you.
Do a copy?
Howie, are you still looking for a helper to help you there?
Yeah, there was.
Not a secretary, but remember,
Yeah, the ad was placed in the paper, I was told, but there's been no reply.
and this is for someone to help you, like, go out on the,
No, this is where it's a temporary secretary.
oh, but didn't we
Well,
have in the
we're looking-
budget for
We're also
you?
looking for an assistant
For an assistant for you?
too. No,
Nobody has mentioned
Right.
anything about that to me except.
Well, we approved it last year.
Yeah, well,
Nobody wants to work.
Do you need,
I'm pretty sure that made it.
fees, so,
you're pretty
Because
sure
I had somebody say they saw it in the paper and asked me about it, so I'm pretty sure it made it in the paper.
that it made it in the
But I know we've
paper?
talked about it like 4 or 5 times. so.
I know, we discussed it a lot, and,
I don't know if we talked to Hallie about it.
Howie, do you need someone? And because we did approve it.
well, yes and no. I do need someone, Carrie's been out,
Right,
spoke to her, she's going in for surgery next week. It looks like she won't be back until February.
but that's for the secretary part,
Secretary.
right?
But as a helper, I'm not aware of anyone applying for the job.
Okay. But if somebody did, you could,
Absolutely, we're always behind the eight ball without a secretary.
right, it's even hard,
I'm constantly,
right,
losing track of where I was.
exactly,
So,
yeah, okay,
yeah, it would be an asset.
all right.
We didn't receive a police report, right?
No.
Okay. Phoenicia Water?
We were compromised by the storm. The springs, we can't get to them, the road is out. Randy sent his son up there by foot. The Smith Reservoir, there was no water in the reservoir. Everything was all plugged up. The filtration plant, water's leaking. I'm gonna have to get somebody to look at the roof.
Okay.
I don't understand it. It was built in 2004.
Not that old.
Did
No,
anything fall? There's a tree above it, right?
no, there's no trees.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not that old. That shouldn't be.
No, and it's in 2 or 3 different places now.
Ah.
Water, there's water, you come in if you get a rain, and so they say, oh, it's coming in maybe with the wind. I said, no, it's not the wind. In back, the creek has gone up about, there's a gravel bank right in the middle of the creek. It went up about 3 to 4 feet after this one year now. It's
Yeah.
getting to be serious. Now, I'm telling you, like I've said in the last 8-10 years, now coming up Plank Road, there's gonna be 3-4 places that are gonna be out. No, they're not gonna fix them for weeks. 214, Route 28 is gonna be out in 3 or 4 places. I've been looking, now, with this emergency, we can dig in the creeks now. Has anybody called to find out if we can get somebody in here to dig?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, because 214 now, Phoenicia, they dug out a couple of years ago, and we haven't had water come into town, but now the next one, because it's built up again, you're gonna see it come into town.
Yeah.
Now, everybody wanted John Parity to get in there, because he's in with Governor Cuomo. Maybe you could call him and see if he could get a hold of him and see what we could do. It's imperative that, I'm telling you, once we get these, look what happened up in Lanesville. It was out 4 or 5 days, you couldn't get through there. 42 is closed. That bridge they put in 5 years ago, that's out. 5 years and the bridge is out. I just don't understand these things. But we're gonna be in real deep trouble, but I guess nobody, now, all these people that are on the creek, they can get a permit and dig in there if they were told. They should be told this.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it works. You should get as many people as possible to call John if that's the route. I can reach out.
Yes.
Luckily, of your examples, neither of them were in the town of Shandaken, so that's lucky. But I hear you.
The thing is, all these people on the creek, Woodland Valley, that's, you know, years ago, there was, you could get through there into Herdman Road, but they sold off all that land coming from Woodland Clove. If you went in Ed West Road, you could get down into Herdman Road there. There was a trail, they were supposed to do something with that, but they never did. Because once that's blocked off in Woodland Valley, it could be a serious thing. People are gonna die. People have heart conditions. This is all is very important here.
So going back to Phoenicia Water, is the Smith Reservoir problem being resolved?
I've got Randy looking at it. We'll see what we can do, but it's gonna cost some money to fix this here.
Okay.
Now, I don't know, when Neil was in, I had the highway department would go up and fix it. But, now.
It just needs to be cleaned out?
Well, no, that part up there is cleaned out, but the road going in has to be fixed.
Okay.
So we can get vehicles up there.
All right.
So was
I thought
it,
Randy was gonna do that, I'm sorry. I thought Randy was gonna do that like 5 years ago.
Well, it was done 5 years ago, but it was washed out.
Recently.
Yeah,
Christmas
we
Eve.
had the
Right.
high water. Comes right off that mountain like you can't believe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because it dug out right in front of Mount Tremper Arts there, that whole
Well,
road.
there's.
Got completely
by the
washed
bend- By the bend, that's gonna go out.
Yeah.
There's so many places now. that-
Yeah.
Because, when we had Irene and Lee, it knocked out quite a few, but now these are new places.
Right, by Rocco's there also,
Who?
by Rocco's, where the
Oh.
water inlet goes out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It dug right into near Route 28 again. It's all,
It's
all-
a thing that we have to solve this, otherwise we have everybody to get money from the government and move out.
well, we have to find out if we are allowed, if the homeowners are allowed right now to go into the stream and fix
Yes, they
anything.
are. You can go in the street. Randy got a permit for somebody to go in up in Chichester.
So they can
Because
get
they
permit,
deemed it what is it, emergency?
or state of emergency, but who do they call for that?
Well, you gotta call down at South Putt Corners in,
New Paltz.
New Paltz.
So the DEC
Jack
down there?
Isaacs used to be the guy to call, but he retired, so whoever took over for Jack Isaacs, you may know, Howie, no?
The DEC did approve some stream construction just after the dam, just after the flood, on the Pike Road. I'm not sure, but there's a private road that goes in off the Pike Road.
That was my clients who just bought the house 3 days before it got flooded and washed out.
And they just got a permit issued just a couple of days.
Where's that, on Miller Road?
No, it's on Plank Road. This is the Zorn property.
Oh, Zorn, oh,
Yeah.
you sold?
Yeah,
That was, I called that the underwater subdivision, submarine division.
So they can get a permit from the DEC.
Right.
Lasts for 30 days.
yep. And they're also gonna do special plantings and stuff. They're gonna do a whole remediation of
Jumped in
plants that will
everywhere,
hold in
Joyce.
the bank better and stuff like that. They had a long meeting with whoever it was from the DEC.
But we should be writing letters to the government. You know, write letters, let's see what happens. What do you have to lose?
No, noted. we can get on it, and again, tell people, have them pressure their local legislator, that's the way it works.
Absolutely.
All right, Pine Hill Water, no report. Museum, anybody get a report from museum? No?
No.
Okay, going on to public comments on resolutions. Again, should I write the number down? Doesn't
Just
matter.
tell them the number.
Resolution.
845-688-5004. But
They want
if
to pull in.
they can't hear me, right?
Oh, that's true.
So I should.
Oh,
Say something.
Hello?
No,
Hello, hello.
it wouldn't be this one anyway, would it? These two. Yeah, say something, Kevin.
Hello? Check.
We're getting it now.
No, we've had it there all along, it's this.
No, this one.
2021's off to a great start.
Yes, we're,
when is the next meeting?
please stand by.
Well, actually, we started out with a nice little snow.
Please stand
Nothing
by.
major.
We're experiencing technical difficulties.
Well,
February 1st.
The sound will be on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So if you want to continue.
All right.
But
As
for
a-
getting comments, it kind of makes it a moot point. So skip,
Technical difficulties, we can't help it.
that's one? No motions, and I guess we'll move on to resolutions.
Yep. Okay, ready?
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
Ready?
Who's gonna start?
Fay will start.
Resolution 1-21, Rules of Procedure. Whereas Section 63 of New York State Town Law provides that the town board may determine the rules of its procedures. Therefore, be it resolved that the following rules of procedure for regular town board meetings be adopted. The town supervisor, as chairman of the town board, shall call meetings of the town board to order and shall be the presiding officer or chair of the meeting, and as such shall officiate, maintain order and decorum, and permit public participation in an orderly manner and in accordance with the rules stated below. 1. Pledge. Call to order shall be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. 2. Roll call. The chair shall request a roll call of the town board members by the town clerk, and after determining that a quorum exists, the town supervisor shall declare the meeting open. The town supervisor shall read the agenda, if not already published and distributed, and proceed to the business of the town board at hand. 3. Minutes. At each minute following the new town board's January special organizational meeting, the chair shall provide opportunity for the town board to review the minutes of the previous meeting of the town board. Therefore, the chair shall entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented or to amend. 4. Correspondence. The chair shall first call for acknowledgement and summary of any petitions or written communications received by the town board. Copies shall be given to the town clerk for recording into the minutes. 5. Committee reports. The chair shall recognize committee chairmen for their committee reports. 6. Public participation. The public will be invited to comment as requested on items appearing in the published agenda, expressing any views, opinions, requests, recommendations, or questions to the town board to address and/or to take under advisement in its deliberations. A maximum time of 30 minutes. The public is requested to be brief with their comments. 7. Conduct new business. A. The supervisor's fiscal report shall be the first order of new business. It shall set forth public monies received through the town clerk's office and other sources, and the disbursement of public monies. The chair shall entertain motions to approve the supervisor's fiscal report and to approve all necessary disbursements of public monies through authorized fund accounts. All actions of the town board concerning the supervisor's fiscal report shall be by motion. B. Resolutions for its deliberations on new matters of town business. The board will work from the written agenda distributed to town board members in advance, posted on the town bulletin board, and distributed at board meetings to public. Formal actions of the town board must be authorized by motion or resolution of the town board. No motion or resolution shall be brought to a vote unless it has been presented to all members of the town board at least 48 hours prior to the opening of the meeting and on the town website. In emergency circumstances, however, all of the above requirements may be waived by a vote of a majority of the town board present, provided there is a quorum. C. Every motion or resolution must be seconded before discussion of the town board or the supervisor calls for a vote. All motions and resolutions shall be recorded in their entirety in the minutes of the town board meeting. As a member of the town board, the supervisor may offer or second motions and resolutions. D, town board members must recuse themselves from participation in discussion or voting on matters that involve a conflict of interest and must place in the minutes their reasons for recusal. Abstention from a vote shall only be permitted for reasons of conflict of interest and not for political considerations. 8, public participation. The board recognizes the value of public participation but reminds the public that it is a privilege. Please address the board with respect and civility. 9, adjournment. Following resolutions in open agenda period, the town board meeting shall be adjourned by motion in memory of residents deceased. If the above rules of procedure should at any time be in conflict with statutory law, then statutory law prevails. And I move its adoption.
Second.
So we're gonna do all in favor, aye or nay, okay?
Okay?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Try? Along the left? Somebody talk.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Hello?
Check.
I heard it. Keep talking.
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Anybody there?
Blah, blah, blah.
This was delayed, right?
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Blah, blah,
How
blah.
you gonna put it?
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
All right, next.
Next.
Resolution 221, meeting dates. Whereas under section 62 of the town law, the town board should adopt a resolution determining the time and place it shall hold its regular meetings. Therefore be it resolved that the regular meetings of the town board be held on the first Monday of the month unless noted in the town hall of the town of Shandaken, New York, on the following dates during the year 2020. I'm not sure if the
21.
21.
21.
I didn't go.
21.
Put that 27 on.
Yes, it said 2019.
If you see anybody,
January 4th, February 1st, 7, March 1st at 7, or April 5th at 7, May 3rd at 7, June 7th at 7, July 5th at 7, August 2nd at 7, September 13th, the second Monday at 7, October 4th at 7, November 3rd, the first Wednesday at 7, and December 6th at 7. And I move its adoption.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 3-21, Town Depository. Whereas under section 64, subdivision 1 of the town law, the town board should adopt a resolution designating a bank or banks or trust company in which all town officials shall deposit all monies coming into their hands by virtue of their offices. Therefore, be it resolved that Key Bank of New York and Community Bank North America be and hereby are designated as depositories of the town of Shandaken for the fiscal year 2021, and move its adoption.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 4-21, official newspaper. Whereas under section 64, subdivision 11 of the town law, the town board should adopt a resolution designating the official newspaper of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that the Daily Freeman be and hereby is the official newspaper for the town of Shandaken for the year 2020, 2021, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 5-21, mileage allowance, whereas under section 12, notes of decision 32 of the town law, a town officer is entitled to be paid a mileage allowance fixed by the town board. Therefore, be it resolved that all town officers and employees be paid the IRS mileage rate of 0.56 cents per mile when discharging their duties as town official. I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Resolution 6-21, expenses for the Association of Towns Annual Meeting. Whereas under Section 120, notes of Decision 10 of the Town Law, towns may incur obligations for compensations of town officers. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the payment of expenses incurred to all town officers attending the annual meeting of the Association of Towns in an amount not to exceed $1,000 each, with $200 in advance with all expenses to be supported by voucher and receipts. And be it further resolved that in the case of the Zoning Board of Appeals and the Planning Board, a maximum of 3 persons will be allowed to attend. And I move its adoption.
Second.
I'll second.
All
And
in
that,
favor?
aye.
Opposed?
But that's not happening this year,
No.
so, just so you know.
Resolution 721, American Legion of Veterans of Foreign Wars. Whereas the annual budget approved by the town board provides monies for patriotic observances and veterans organizations, and whereas it has been the procedure to pay this money to the American Legion of Veterans of Foreign Wars for said purposes, therefore be it resolved that the sum of $2,500 each be and hereby is appropriated for rent of rooms and patriotic observances for each of the organizations for the year 2021, and move its adoption.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 8-21, Program for the Aging Senior Nutrition Program and Food Pantry. Whereas the annual budget approved by the town board provides monies for the Program for the Aging and the Senior Nutrition Program, therefore be it resolved that the sum of $2,000 be and hereby is appropriated for the Program for the Aging, and be it further resolved that the sum of $2,500 be and hereby is appropriated for the Senior Nutrition Program. Be it yet further resolved that the sum of $2,000 be and hereby is appropriated for the Shandaken Food Pantry, and move its adoption.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Let's do the person next to you. Let's do that.
Oh, good idea. Resolution 9-21, attorneys for the town. Whereas the town board may pursuant to town law, section 20, subdivision 25, employ an attorney to give it such professional service and legal counsel. Therefore, be it resolved that the supervisor be empowered to utilize the services of Keller, and Javen as general counsel to the town board, Greenwald and Doherty LLP as labor counsel, and Jacobowitz and Gubitz LLP as zoning and planning counsel. And I move this adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 1021, Town Auditor. Whereas the town board appoints all employees and officers of the town pursuant to section 20 of the town law. Therefore, be it resolved that the firm of Sickler, Torsia, Allen, and Churchill is and will hereby is reappointed as town auditors and accountants at an allowance up to $20,000 as allocated by the 2021 budget. And I move that adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 1121, elected officials' salaries. Whereas under section 27 of the town law, the town board shall fix the salaries and expenses of elected officials for the town. Therefore be resolved the annual salaries of said officers be and hereby are fixed and determined for the year 2021, and it shall be as follows. Supervisor, Robert A. Stanley, $39,500. Councilman, Peter Disclafani, Kyle Steen, Faye Storms, Kevin Van Blarkum, $9,000 each. Highway Superintendent Eric Hoffmeister, $53,000. Clerk Collector Joyce Grant, $39,500. Assessor Chairman Peter DeMonica, $39,500. Assessors Dave Channon and Janet L. Klugowitz, $5,750. Justices Tom Crochet and Michael Miranda at $19,500, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 12-21, Deputy Supervisor. Whereas under section 42 of the town law, the town board may create the post of Deputy Supervisor. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board approve the appointment of Kevin Van Blarkum to act as Deputy Supervisor in the absence of the Supervisor without compensation for the year 2021, and move its adoption.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 13-21, Supervisor's Clerk, whereas under Section 29, subsection 15 of the town law, the town board may authorize the supervisor to make a designation for the position of full-time clerk to the supervisor. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board approve the appointment of Barbara Twardek to serve at the pleasure of the supervisor and receive $15 per hour when discharging the duties of said office, not to exceed $27,500 for the fiscal year 2021. I move its adoption.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 1421, Secretary Bookkeeper to the Supervisor. Whereas under Section 29, subsection 15 of Town Law, the Town Board may authorize the Supervisor to make designations for the position of a part-time Secretary/Bookkeeper to the Supervisor. Therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board approve the reappointment of Amy Goodrich to serve at the pleasure of the Town Supervisor and receive $14 per hour when discharging the duties of said office, not to exceed $21,500 for the fiscal year 2021. And I move its adoption.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 1521, Deputy Highway Superintendent. Whereas the Superintendent of Highways has requested that the Town Board establish the office of Deputy Superintendent of Highways, therefore be it resolved that Neil Grant be reappointed to this position without compensation for the year 2021, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution number 16-21, Secretary of the Highway Superintendent. Whereas under Section 20, notes of Decision 9 of the town law, the town board shall appoint all employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the Highway Superintendent that Kara Grant be reappointed to serve as Secretary to the Highway Superintendent, and to serve at his pleasure, and to be paid $15 per hour when performing the duties of said office, not to exceed $27,500 for the fiscal year 2021, and move its adoption.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 17-21, Deputy Town Clerks and Tax Collectors. Whereas under Section 30, Subdivision 10 of the Town Law, the Town Clerk determines the designation of deputies. The Town Board shall determine by resolution the powers and duties of such deputies, and whether or not such deputies shall be compensated by the town. Therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board reappoint Jackie Guglielmetti as full-time Deputy Town Clerk Tax Collector and be paid $17 per hour, not to exceed $31,250 for the fiscal year 2021, and to perform the duties of the Town Clerk Tax Collector in her absence. And be it further resolved that Patricia Heinz be reappointed as part-time Deputy Town Clerk Tax Collector and be paid $16.50 per hour, not to exceed $12,500 for the fiscal year 2021, and to perform the duties of the Town Clerk Tax Collector in her absence. Move this adoption.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 1821, oh, I'm sorry.
It's a
Jumped the gun. No, it's okay.
Resolution 1821, Records Management and Information Officer. Whereas pursuant to Section 20 of the Town Law, the Town Board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Joyce Grant be and hereby is reappointed Records Management Officer and Public Information Officer, and hold office at the pleasure of the Town Board and receive no compensation for discharge of said duties. I move its adoption.
And second, I was just so excited.
You were.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 1921, Chairman of the Board of Assessors. Whereas under Section 22B of the Town Law, the Town Board shall designate the appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Peter DeMonica be appointed Chairman of the Board of Assessors for the town of Shandaken and receive an annual salary of $39,500 for the fiscal year 2021, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution number 20-21, Assessor's Clerk. Whereas under Section 20 of the Town Law, notes of Decision 9, the Town Board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Grace Grant, being hereby is reappointed Assessor's Clerk to assist in the clerical duties of the assessors and be paid $15 per hour, not to exceed $27,500 for the fiscal year 2021, while discharging the duties of said office. And move its adoption.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 21-21, Justice Court Clerk. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, notes of Decision 9, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Wendy Helm be reappointed as clerk of the Justice Court to assist in the clerical duties of the town Justice Court and be paid an annual salary not to exceed $30,000 for the fiscal year 2021 while discharging the duties of said office. And I move its adoption.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2221, Police Commission. Whereas pursuant to Section 20 of Town Law, it is the duty of the Town Board to appoint all boards and commissions. Therefore, be it resolved that Ted R. Byron and William Lundberg and William J. McGrath be reappointed to the Police Commission for the year 2021. I move its adoption.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2321, Town Police Department Chief and promote officers. Whereas pursuant to Section 20 of the town law, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town, and therefore be it resolved that Chad Story be and hereby is reappointed Police Chief for the town of Shandaken Police Department and hold office at the pleasure of the town board and receive an annual salary not to exceed $22,000 for the fiscal year 2021 while discharging the duties of said office. Be it further resolved that the town board of Shandaken approves the promotion of the following officers from part-time to full-time. Gabriela Lima at 22 hours and 39 cents hourly, and Benjamin Germain at $21.95 hourly, and move its adoption.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution number 24-21, ambulance chief officers and pay rates. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, the town board shall designate all appointed officers and employees of the town, and whereas in order to address increases in New York State minimum wage laws which exceed existing rates for employees as addresses in the current contract, therefore be it resolved that the following personnel be appointed to the Shandaken County Ambulance at rates not to exceed the following for the fiscal year 2021. Ambulance Chief Richard Mullerley at $20,000 per year. Deputy Ambulance Chief James Coddington at $5,000 per year. Equipment Manager Dennis Frano at $5,000 per year. Line Officer Ernest Wongy Sr. at $5,000 per year. And that, as provided under contract, said employees shall serve at the discretion of the ambulance chief and town board. Be it further resolved, the following pay rate shall apply for individuals in each class plus longevity pay. Ambulance driver at $12.50 per hour. Ambulance technician at $13.50 per hour. Ambulance paramedic at $20.75 per hour. And move its adoption.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 25-21, Phoenicia Water District. Whereas pursuant to Section 20 of the town law, it is the duty to appoint all boards and commissions. Therefore, be it resolved that Alfred Peavy, John Kild, Don Booker, and Nick Formont be appointed to the Phoenicia Water Committee for 2021. And be it further resolved that Alfred Peavy chair this committee. And I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2621, Superintendent of Phoenicia Water District. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Richard Riccadella hereby is reappointed Superintendent of the Phoenicia Water District and hold office at the pleasure of the town board and receive an annual salary not to exceed $24,000 to be dispersed once each month and expenses as allotted in the 2021 budget as pursuant to law, while discharging the duties of said office, and be it further resolved that the town board, upon the recommendation of the water superintendent, hire laborers as the water superintendent deems necessary within the budget constraints, and I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2721, Phoenicia Water District Clerk. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Amy Goodrich be and hereby is appointed clerk for the Phoenicia Water District and be paid $14 hourly, not to exceed $5,000 for the fiscal year 2021, while discharging said duties, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution number 2821, Whereas, Pine Hill Water Committee, whereas pursuant of section 20 of the town law, it is the duty to appoint all boards and commissions. Therefore, be it resolved that Peter DeMonica, Lowell Smith, Richard Shadle, and Michelle Wooten be appointed to the Pine Hill Water Committee for 2021, and be further resolved that Michelle Wooten chair this committee, and move its adoption.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 29-21, Superintendent of the Pine Hill Water District. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, the town board shall designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Donald Clark be and hereby is reappointed Superintendent of the Pine Hill Water District and hold office at the pleasure of the town board and receive an annual salary of $25,200 to be dispersed once each month, and expenses are allotted in the 2021 budget as pursuant to law while discharging the duties of his office. And be it further resolved that the town board, upon the recommendation of the water superintendent, hire laborers as the water superintendent deems necessary within the budget constraints. And move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 3021, Pine Hill Water District Billing Clerk. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Amy Goodrich be and hereby is reappointing billing clerk to the Pine Hill Water District and be paid a rate of $14 per hour, not to exceed $2,050 for the fiscal year 2021 while discharging said duties. And be it further resolved that she serves at the pleasure of the town board, the Pine Hill Water Commissioner, and the tax collector. And I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 3121, Planning Board members. Whereas pursuant to Section 20 of the town law, it is the duty of the town board to appoint all boards and commissions. Therefore, be it resolved that Vivian Walton be reappointed to the Shandaken Planning Board with her term to expire in December 31, 2027, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution number 32-21, resolution appointing chair and vice chair for the planning board. Whereas pursuant to section 20 of the town law, it is the duty of the town board to appoint all boards and commissions. Therefore, be it resolved that Clifton Rebufo be reappointed as chair of the planning board and Art Christie be reappointed as vice chair of the planning board for the year 2021, and move its adoption.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 33-21, Zoning Board of Appeals member. Whereas pursuant to Section 20 of the town law, it is the duty of the town board to appoint all boards and commissions. Therefore, be it resolved that Henry Williams be reappointed to the Zoning Board of Appeals with his term to expire in December 31st, 2025. And I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 3421, resolution appointing chair and vice chair to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Whereas pursuant to Section 20 of the town law, it is the duty of the town board to appoint all boards and commissions. Therefore, be it resolved that Mark Lodi be reappointed as chair and Gary Ruccometti be reappointed as vice chair of the Zoning Board of Appeals for the year 2021, and I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 3521, appointment of municipal code officer and zoning enforcement officer. Whereas pursuant to the town law, section 20 and section 138, pursuant to sections 116 through 63, 116 through 64, and 77-11 of the code of the town of Shandaken, municipal code officer in the town is responsible for the enforcement of zoning, floodplain administration, building and fire prevention/protection, ordinances, and rules and regulations. Therefore, be it resolved that Howard McGowan be reappointed as municipal code officer to be paid at $18 per hour, not to exceed $33,000, and mileage while on town business for the fiscal year 2021, while dispensing the duties of said office, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution number 36-21, building department secretary.
We don't have.
Yeah, skip that one.
Skip that one. We don't have anybody else.
Resolution number 37-21, resolution appointing Parks and Recreation Board member. Whereas pursuant to section 20 of the town law, it is the duty of the town board to appoint all boards and commissions. Therefore, be it resolved that Gail Elba be reappointed Parks and Recreation Board Chair, with her term to expire December 31st, 2023, and that all shall serve without compensation at the pleasure of the town board, and move its adoption.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 38-21, Town Historian, Town Historical Museum Board, and Museum Director. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town, and the town board wishes to appoint a town historian. And whereas the town board also recognizes the town of Shandaken Historical Museum maintains a board of directors. Therefore, be it resolved that Kathleen Myers be appointed historian for the town of Shandaken for the year 2021, without compensation while performing the duties of said office. And be it further resolved that William Andrews, Richard Deere Ayers, Tikva Vishzang, Robert Call, June Lamarca, and Mary Lou Stapleton are hereby recognized as being the town of Shandaken Historical Museum Board, with Mary Lou Stapleton being the chair and Robert Call being vice chair of the board. And be it yet further resolved that Kathleen Myers be reappointed as museum director, and that she receive $13 hourly, not to exceed $16,000 as per the 2021 town budget, while dispensing duties of said office. I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 3921, Ethics Committee. Whereas pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Code of the Town of Shandaken, Article 3, Section 20-7, Establishment of a Board of Ethics. Therefore be it resolved that Richard Lovelace, Helen Morelli, and Chad Story be reappointed as the Ethics Committee for the Town of Shandaken, and to serve at the pleasure of the Town Board and follow Chapter 20 of the Code of the Town of Shandaken. I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 4021, Dog Control Officer and Dog Enumerator. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Nancy Hubler be hereby reappointed Dog Control Officer and Enumerator for the year 2021, and shall receive an annual salary not to exceed $11,600. And Tom Ronaldo be hereby reappointed Assistant Dog Control Officer, and shall receive an annual wage of $5,400 and contractual expenses of $3,750 for expenses incurred pursuant to the law contained within the 2021 budget when discharging the duties of said offices at the pleasure of the board. I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 41-21, Recycling Attendant. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Joe Rotella Jr. be reappointed as recycling attendant and be paid $12.50 hourly, not to exceed $11,750, as per the 2021 town budget, while dispensing duties of said office, and move its adoption.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 42-21, Municipal Worker. Whereas pursuant to Section 20 of the town law, it is the duty of the town board to appoint all employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Robert Gasparini be reappointed as the municipal worker for the town of Shandaken for 2021 at $12.50 per hour, not to exceed $13,000, while dispensing duties of said office. And I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 4321, Social Services Officer. Whereas under Municipal Affairs, the State Comptroller, Section 71-1098, grants the town board the right to authorize someone to act as town services officer. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board approve Rob Stanley to act as social services officer and pay no compensation, and be allowed expense money in amount of $300 for expenses incurred pursuant to law when discharging the duties of said office, and I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 4421, Director of Civil Defense. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, the town board should designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Theodore Byron Jr. be appointed as the Director of Civil Defense for the town of Shandaken with no compensation for the year 2021, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mayor.
Almost.
Resolution Resolution 4521, a resolution appointing Catskill Collaborative members. Whereas the town of Shandaken is a member, whereas the town of Shandaken is a member community of the Central Catskills Collaborative, which includes the municipalities of Andes, Fleischmanns, Martyrdale, Middletown, and Olive, and whereas the town is requested to annually appoint 2 standing members and 1 alternate to the collaborative, therefore be it resolved that the town of Shandaken Town Board hereby reappoints Town Board member Faye Storms and resident Amy Bristol as the standing representatives, and Parks and Recreation Board Chair Gail Alba as the alternate member for the town of Shandaken on the Catskill Collaborative Committee for the year 2021, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 46-21, advance payment of utility bills, whereas under Section 118, Notes of Decision 2 of the Town Law, the Town Board may authorize payment of public utility services in advance of audit of claims. Therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board authorize the supervisor to pay said bills in advance of audit of claims. Move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 4721, resolution to pay all bills, whereas the Department of Audit and Control require town boards to sign and inspect all vouchers coming into town for payment, to number and total amounts from each fund. Therefore be it resolved that the town board authorize the following vouchers paid. From general, $126,660.59. From highway, $279,100.13. From Phoenicia Water, $10,615.93. Pine Hill Water, $622.37. Phoenicia Lights, $1,138.26. Chichester Lights, $164.43. Pine Hill Lights, $627.45, for a total of $418,929.16, and I move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 4821, authorized purchase agreement for replacement ambulance equipment. Whereas the town of Shandaken owns and operates an advanced life-saving unit, ALS, level ambulance service throughout the town and immediate region, and whereas the ambulance chief and staff have identified monitors to be replaced that are essential to the continued operation of said ambulance department, and whereas the town has been presented with several options to replace this equipment and wish to replace it immediately by entering into purchase agreement for 2 physio control life packs and any necessary appurtenances. Never seen that word before. With 1 Beat medical supplies for the price not to exceed $42,000, and therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Shandaken does hereby authorize the town supervisor to enter into agreement with Wells Fargo Equipment Finance for the financing of the equipment over a period of no more than 5 years, and move its adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Sweet, that.
Did it.
So, we're going to go south to the live feed, but,
Should we still take phone calls or no?
they would know, they'd know.
Okay.
So, nobody emailed us before the meeting with any issues, they know we're closed to the public, so,
Okay.
um,
Well, then we'll move into adjournment. I'd like to adjourn the meeting unless anybody has anything else to say.
No memory of anyone?
No, there is, I'm just
Oh,
waiting.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I'd like to adjourn the meeting in memory of Paul Patron. Entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
Carries. Thank you guys for coming.
I miss you, Paul.
Happy New Year,
Paul
everyone.
was a great guy.
He was a great.
He was really a great guy.
Yep. Happy New Year, everyone.
Hopefully happy New Year.
Gotta be better than the last year, right?
It's gotta be better.
Don't say that.